At 11:47 p.m. on a Tuesday night, 97 Harley-Davidsons rolled into Sacred Heart Memorial Hospital in Tucson, Arizona. They weren't there for a charity ride. They were there because 8-year-old Emma Martinez had dialed a single number from her hospital bed, whispering 4 words: "He's coming for me." What happened next would expose a web of corruption that would shake the entire Pima County justice system. Marcus Ironside Thompson's phone vibrated against the wooden bar at 11:43 p.m. 15 years since Kandahar. 15 years since Staff Sergeant Daniel Martinez had thrown himself on that IED, saving Marcus and 4 other men. "Mr. Thompson?" The voice was small, broken by fear. "My daddy said if I ever needed help to call the Iron Brotherhood. He said you'd remember him." Marcus's coffee mug hit the floor, ceramic shattering across worn floorboards. "Emma, Danny's little girl. He's coming. My stepfather. The nurses don't believe me, but Daddy said you would." Marcus hadn't seen Emma Martinez since she was 3 years old, at Danny's funeral, where a tiny girl had placed a toy motorcycle on her father's coffin. Danny had made Marcus promise, "If anything happens to me, watch over my girls. The Brotherhood looks after its own." Sarah Martinez had remarried 2 years after Danny's death, a successful real estate developer named Richard Holloway. Big house, good schools, perfect on paper. But 3 months ago, Marcus had gotten a call from Sarah, her voice hollow, frightened. "Marcus, I need to tell you something about Richard. He has connections. The police chief is his golf buddy. I've tried talking to people, but..." The call cut off. 2 weeks later, Sarah Martinez was dead. Carbon monoxide leak in the garage, ruled accidental. Emma had been in the car. She survived with severe respiratory damage and a memory. Her stepfather checking the garage door seal that morning, making sure it was extra tight. "Emma, where are you?" "Sacred Heart, 3rd floor, room 317. Mr. Holloway came with his lawyer and papers. They say I'm confused, but I heard him on the phone. He said I couldn't be allowed to tell more stories. He said the cabin at Lake Havasu would be perfect." The line went dead. Marcus texted the Brotherhood. Within 30 seconds, his phone exploded with responses. He called Tony Diesel Carrera, president of the Iron Brotherhood Arizona chapter. "Tony, I'm calling in the promise. Danny Martinez's daughter." Silence. Then, "How many do you need?" "Everyone?" 97 bikes in Tucson tonight. We ride in 1 hour." Marcus pulled into Sacred Heart at 11:52 p.m. The night receptionist looked up. "Visiting hours ended at 9, sir." "I'm here to see Emma Martinez, room 317. Her expression shifted. "Mr. Holloway left instructions. No visitors except immediate family." The lobby doors opened. Richard Holloway walked in with 3 men, a lawyer and 2 private security guards, ex-military types. Holloway was 52, smooth confidence, expensive polo shirt. "You must be Mr. Thompson. Emma mentioned you might show up. She's experiencing dissociative episodes, creating narratives to process her mother's accident." "That's not what I heard." "What you heard was an 8-year-old with smoke inhalation damage, making confused calls. I have full custody. I have discharge papers." His lawyer stepped forward. "Mr. Thompson, if you continue to harass his family, we'll pursue a restraining order." "I'd like to see Emma." "That's not possible. You're trespassing." Security guards stepped closer. That's when the rumble started. A low vibration, the kind you feel in your chest before you hear. Then the sound hit. 97 Harley-Davidson engines, synchronized like rolling thunder. Through the windows, headlights appeared. 1, 5, 20, 50. They kept coming, filling every space, overflowing onto the street, circling the hospital like a protective barrier. The Iron Brotherhood had arrived. Tony Diesel walked through the doors first. 6'4", arms covered in tattoos from 2 Iraq tours. Behind him came teachers, nurses, construction workers, veterans, everyday people who'd all made the same promise. They filled the lobby, not threatening, just present. "Gentlemen," Holloway's voice cracked, "this is a hospital. You're disrupting patient care." Tony's voice was gravelly. "We're here to make sure Emma Martinez is safe." "Emma is safe with me. I'm her legal guardian." "And Daniel Martinez was our brother. Promises don't expire." "Call the police," Holloway ordered his security. Patricia Doc Chen stepped forward. "I wouldn't. I'm a mandatory reporter. When I examined Emma 3 weeks ago, I documented 17 distinct bruises, defensive bruises. I filed a CPS report, but it disappeared from the system." Holloway's face went white. "Emma bruises easily. I also documented 3 healed fractures, repeated trauma." Robert Sarge pulled out his phone. The coroner noted unusual bruising on Sarah Martinez's wrists and ankles, but the investigation was closed before forensic analysis. Chief of Police Michael Brennan closed it. "Your college roommate." The elevator doors opened. Emma Martinez stood there, tiny in an oversized hospital gown, clutching a stuffed motorcycle. A nurse beside her looked terrified. Emma's eyes found Marcus, her face crumpled with relief. "You came." Marcus knelt. "Your daddy made me promise. The Brotherhood always keeps its promises." "Emma, sweetie," Holloway's voice turned syrupy. "These people are confusing you. Dr. Simmons said you need rest." "They are real." Emma's voice was stronger. "You hurt Mommy. You made the car fill with bad air. I was awake. I saw you check the doors. I saw you make sure the car was running. I heard you say, 'It's done.' That's enough. We're going home. Now." He reached for her arm. 97 bikers stepped forward in unison. "No," Emma said. "I'm not going anywhere with you. These are my daddy's friends. They're my family now." Patricia Doc Chen knelt beside Emma. "Do you have any evidence?" Emma pulled a USB drive from her pocket. Pink lanyard. Mommy's phone backed up to the cloud. She gave me the password. I downloaded everything 3 days before the accident. All her text messages, voice recordings. She recorded him talking about taking care of the problem and making it look natural. Holloway lunged for the drive. Tony Diesel caught him mid-stride, holding him with unbreakable grip. "Let's not do anything hasty." The lawyer backed toward the exit. "My representation is terminated immediately." Luis Santo had his phone out, live streaming. "About 10,000 people on Facebook know what's happening now." Through the windows, news vans appeared. Channel 4, Channel 13, CNN's Phoenix affiliate. Holloway's face went gray. "How did 97 bikers protecting an orphaned girl? That's trending on Twitter." "Emma's Army." Detective Maria Gonzalez arrived at 12:47 a.m., bypassing Chief Brennan's orders. She took Emma's statement, the USB drive, and escorted Richard Holloway to a patrol car in handcuffs. The forensic specialist found 17 voice recordings of Holloway discussing permanent solutions, text messages about life insurance, browser history showing searches for undetectable carbon monoxide poisoning. By 3 a.m., Chief Brennan had resigned. By 6 a.m., emergency grand jury. By noon, Richard Holloway was held without bail on charges of first-degree murder and attempted murder of a minor. Emma was placed with Marcus Thompson, who'd started emergency foster care approval. The Brotherhood didn't leave until Emma was safely buckled into Marcus's truck, wearing an Iron Brotherhood Junior patch that Tony had sewn onto her hospital gown. 97 motorcycles formed an escort through Tucson, past the courthouse, past the cemetery where Daniel Martinez was buried. They stopped there. Emma placed her hand on the sun-warmed granite of her father's headstone. "I kept my promise, Daddy. I called Mr. Thompson. They came. All of them. just like you said. Marcus knelt beside her. And we'll keep coming, little rider, whenever you need. That's what family does. 18 months later, Emma Martinez sat on Marcus's Harley, wearing a child-sized leather jacket. Iron Brotherhood Junior member, patched across the back. Pink helmet with purple flames. They led 200 motorcycles through downtown Tucson, the annual memorial ride for Sarah Martinez, a fundraiser for domestic violence survivors, a support network for orphaned children, a statement that the vulnerable would never stand alone. Richard Holloway was serving life without parole. The trial took 4 days. Jury deliberated 90 minutes. Emma lived with Marcus now, officially adopted, her own room decorated with pictures of her parents and toy motorcycles. She still had nightmares sometimes, still woke smelling carbon monoxide that wasn't there. But Marcus was there, and the Brotherhood group chat was always active. A family built not on blood, but on promises kept. As they pulled into Armory Park, where the ride would end with a fundraiser raising $87,000 for women's shelters, Emma turned around on the bike. "Marcus, I'm glad Daddy knew you. I'm glad he made that promise." Marcus's throat tightened. 15 years since Kandahar. 15 years since Danny had thrown himself on that IED. 15 years of carrying that debt. "Me too, Emma. Me too." The Brotherhood roared their engines in unison, 97 voices becoming one, saying what words couldn't. We remember. We protect. We keep our promises. Always.